Are you scared to access higher level people because of an insecurity that you haven't dealt with? In order to change your behaviors, stop procrastinating, stop overthinking, stop self-sabotaging. We literally have to change our state. We have to change the way that we think, feel, and choose. We have to change the way that we pass things through our filters of our identity, which is distort, delete, generalize. Literally everything in pageants is your identity, or I should say 90%. Imagine if you totally loved yourself, loved your body, believed in yourself, thought you were enough, and weren't afraid and never compared yourself. How would you feel walking into the dress store choosing outfits? You'd be so clear-headed. You'd be decisive. Okay, don't come at me. I have no makeup on, but I have a reason, because this is burning in my spirit today and I have to get it out and share. So normally I don't do podcasts on Mondays, but I have to let y'all know this because it's going to help you, okay? I was listening to this podcast yesterday, this YouTube, whatever it's called, with Alex Hormozy and a guy named Dan Henry, who is a big sales guy. Okay, not the point. And Alex Hormozy, if you don't know who that is, he wrote a $100 million offer, $100 million leads. He sold his company for $100 million at like 29 years old. His wife, Layla, is a whole boss lady. She is the operations and he is the vision behind their companies. And the company that they sold was called Gym Launch. And now they own 11 other companies. Anyways, okay, they're amazing and very smart people. Here's why I'm saying this. At this time of year, with the convergence happening of 1 billion of your pageants coming out in June, everyone is freaking out and losing their minds because the ever-pressing question is, have I done enough? And then with that comes the next question. Am I enough? Am I enough? Am I enough to win this pageant? And what's funny is whether you believe that you're enough or not will directly affect all of your actions of whether you're doing enough. Can I get an amen? That's a word for somebody today. So if you're frustrated that your behaviors are not lining up with the integrity of somebody that wins, all of your behavior comes from your state. All of your behavior comes from your identity, your feelings about yourself, your internal representation. Okay, like it or hate it, it is what it is. In order to change your behaviors, stop procrastinating, stop overthinking, stop self-sabotaging, stop doing this weird thing with my arm on stage. We literally have to change our state. We have to change the way that we think, feel, and choose. We have to change the way that we pass things through our filters of our identity, which is distort, delete, generalize. And I like to add defend as well. And anyways, I was listening to this YouTube from Alex Hormozy and Dan Henry, who's a sales guy who I've met several times. And it really struck me because Alex was talking about, well, Dan was asking him, what's the biggest difference between your employees, specifically your sales guys that really, really win and that win consistently at like a super high level? And then what is the difference between people who are just average employees or kind of play in the middle or whatever? And I've even seen this in my own companies, 100 million%. The people, and Alex's response was he would get on the phone with business owners or do like a Q&A on YouTube or speak at a conference or whatever. And these guys are like, yo, dude, I'm making like 20, 30 calls a day. And I just don't know why I'm not reaching my sales goals. I just don't know why I'm not at $1 million yet. I don't know why I'm not at blah, blah, blah dollars yet. And Alex was like, he starts laughing. And the guy asking the question was like, what's funny? And Alex was like, bro, my salespeople have to call 100 people by noon every day. Now, granted, maybe 10 of those actually pick up, especially with just the way that phones are nowadays. That's double dialing and trying to get a hold of people. Maybe 10 or 20 of those pick up. And so you're having 10 or 20 conversations and maybe you set 1 to 5 appointments, something like that, right? And so Alex's point was, so often people protect themselves by not putting themselves around people that challenge them. And most leaders have no idea where the actual bar is of how hard people are working that win consistently. So something that I've been doing in preparation for Baby Girl is I have been doing a time audit. And we've been restructuring some things in our company and hiring new people and switching some people around and just asking everybody, like, what's your purpose? What do you want to do? Like, Do you like your position? Do you want to move up? Do you want to move sideways? Do you want to move down? Like, what do you want to do? Because we have, let's see, 5 coaches. We've got Kendra, and we've got, social media and salespeople as well, right? A big organization, which is exciting. And we're adding on coaches and virtual assistants and other people. So as I'm thinking about my goal, my end goal is 12 weeks of maternity leave. I told my clients, baby girl's coming in August. Probably not going to talk to me till November, right? So anybody that wants to work with me, speak now or forever hold your peace, because quite literally the tick is talking, the clock is ticking, and I'm going to be peacing out end of July and enjoying family time. And my husband and I are preparing for that, right? Everything from financially to emotionally to blah blah blah. We're preparing for that in my church duties and in everything in life, right? Travel, just a bunch of things. And so as we talk about that as a team, right? I love to work. And so I'm working, 30, 40 hours normally a week right now, sometimes more if we have major deadlines or special projects or things like that. And I can just kind of turn that gear on and work as hard as I want. Well, that's going to change when there is a little BB that needs my attention every single hour between breastfeeding and, different things. And so when a new season of life or a new goal is required of you, different actions are also required. So we've been building out inside of our team something called the perfect week, which has been so eye-opening and so fun, actually. And I'll just tell you what mine looks like. It looks like 5 hours of sales calls that are highly qualified. We added a triage step. So in the very near future, you guys will not be able to jump straight on a strategy call with me. You'll go through a triage process first to make sure that these are serious inquiries. Pageant Academy will be 100% application only for only serious people. We're going to be even more transparent with our pricing on our website and telling people, hey, this is what you get. I coach 50 people a year, especially, when I'm a mom. Like, spots fill up when they fill up. That's it. Like, this is what it is, right? And Pageant Academy is going to be changing most likely to a 6-month adventure with a back end that you can choose to stay in. And most people do, for 2 or 3 years, which is awesome. And then we have our courses, and then we have Powerhouse Club for more accountability, depending on kind of where you want to plug in. So we've got our levels. We've got our courses, which are amazing and can help you save tons of time and money and get results super fast, because we're all about quick results. You can do Slay the Stage, Prep to Pro, or Think Like a Winner. And then you need more accountability on a budget. Great. Hop in Powerhouse Club, get mock interviews, get biweekly accountability, get community, get pumped up, still get to see my face and my other coaches, get lots of strategy clarity, all those good things. And then when you're ready, apply for the academy and jump in. That's where you'll get one-on-one support from myself. You'll get a dedicated client success manager, and you'll get my entire operations team. And basically Monday through Thursday feedback for whatever you need, which is amazing, right? Inside of a private channel. So that's what it is, you guys. That's how we serve people. That's how we get people healed and winning pageants super free. We just had our first Miss America state winner, woohoo, last night, which is amazing. Congrats to Allie. Long time coming. So amazing. So deserving. Miss Rhode Island. Been working with her for a super long time. Not super long, I guess, but it's so cool to watch people step into when something is 100% their time. I was thinking yesterday and I was just like, yep, this is her year. 100%. I just know it in my knower. I'm like, yep, just this person comes into complete congruence and they almost don't need it because they're so ready and they're going to go do amazing things. She started a nonprofit that's changing the world. She was on, I think, the Kelly Clarkson show or something crazy. She's killing it. So proud of you, Allie, if you're watching this. So anyways, we're restructuring a bunch of things, right? So I built my perfect week, and what this looks like is 5 hours of Slack, which is 1 hour a day, which includes my team and my clients, which is very efficient. I have to be very, very focused to do that. 5 hours of special projects. This could be website development, funnel building. This could be dreaming towards a new course that we're building or just another project I'm working on. This could be mastermind. This could be a different event, or this could be doing client paperwork, things like that. Then 5 hours with, did I already say sales? Sales. So 5 hours with Slack, 5 hours with sales, 5 hours of special projects, and 5 hours with my team. So the better that I get as a leader, I can pour more into my team. And when I have the right team members, they can actually be the ones to really, really successfully coach my clients. The better my frameworks get, right? Like Think Like a Winner that just came out. Mind-blowing frameworks that if every girl in pageantry would just go through those 4 sessions, in 6 hours, you would fix all of your mindset problems, all your comparison, all your self-sabotage, all your overthinking, all your procrastination, and all of your upper limits. Like literally in 6 hours. Like you don't need anything else. You don't need to spend thousands of dollars. You don't need to spend 5 years. Just buy our Think Like a Winner course. I put my name on it. It is that good. Like it is that good. It helped so many people. And shout out to Coach Allison for partnering with me on that. There's so much more to come with she and I because we're a freaking force together. But anyways, I digress. So go get that in the show notes because it will bless you. And I know y'all are all freaking out about your pageants in June right now. So it will help you. But anyways, I built my perfect week. And what did that do? When I created the container for my success, and I said, we don't have a choice. A baby's coming in 12 weeks, okay? So we got to change things. I don't have the luxury of working 40 hours a week anymore, nor do I want to, because I want to be fully present as a mom and then be able to, send baby girl to, I'm trying really hard not to share her name because otherwise I'm going to blurt it out. And I want some form of surprise. But I'm going to send her to, Mama Swan 1 or 2 days a week. And we're working it all out, right? And so we started with this container. And then with that, it's super cool. It's like once you have the lines, it's way easier to draw with a crayon in between rather than staring at a blank piece of paper and being like, what does success look like, right? Now, sometimes we need to do the opposite. And I've told y'all to do a brain dump before. If you're super caught up in your head, and sometimes you just literally need to make a list and just go for it and just and then prioritize. Totally get that. But there's a reason why you guys finish your papers at 11:59 p.m. and always find a way to do it when it's due at midnight. Because when you fit something in a container, you force yourself to level up. You force yourself to find a new gear. So I'm here to ask you today as your coach, like what container do you need to almost shrink to force yourself to level up to the next level? That you're giving yourself too much time, too much leeway, too much of a leash, that in reality, you just are too relaxed about it. Okay. And so when I shoved all that work into a 20-hour a week container, oh my gosh, I got everything done in 20 hours. I was 50% more efficient. And guess what? I was literally 50, by the way, because I was working 40 hours. And by the way, I also forced myself to audit, should I be the one doing this? Do I need to make a video about this? Is this worth one of the 5 hours that I get for special projects, for Slack, for team, for this, for that? And it is mega, mega convicting in a good way, right? It makes me realize all the things that I'm like, I've just been doing these, but I have a team. I have a great team who's totally capable of doing this. Let's spend one of my hours teaching XYZ how to do this because she's totally capable and this is in her skill set, right? Whereas before I was just doing it, and it was never getting delegated. And I was actually working way harder than I needed to and dumber. It's just not like someone's totally qualified to do this amazing thing and to use their gifts, which I'm already paying them for. So really audit the container that you're putting something in. And then going back to what Alex Hormozy said, really think about how are you scared to access higher level people because of an insecurity that you haven't dealt with? And so what you're doing is you're shrinking back and your behavior is actually being sabotaged because of your state, because of your sense of self. When in reality, the best thing for you would be to get into a bigger pond earlier before your pageant, learn how to emotionally regulate, let us help you go through Think Like a Winner and then join Powerhouse Club where we can keep teaching you these frameworks, keep instilling these mental principles so that when you walk into your pageant, you're Gucci. Like you're so fine. Like I had a dream last night about winning Mrs. Nebraska America, which I'll do eventually. And I'll participate in eventually. And it was funny. It was actually kind of a crazy dream. A bunch of stuff happened. When I think about that, everyone's like, oh, are you nervous? Like, not really. Like, not because I think I'm better than anything. Not even that I would guarantee to win anything. Great. If I get first runner up, awesome. I'll go to Mrs. American. Have a blast, right? Because I'm coming home to my life that I love, that I have chosen, that I have set up, that I have decided is a success, regardless of whether I get to win the pageant or not. And I believe what's for me is for me and what's not is not. And anything that I don't ascertain or receive is God protecting me or God saying, hey, it's just not the time. Like you're going to receive it in the future. Right. But that only works and that only is congruent for me because I know that I bust my butt for everything that I decide to do. And like Alex Hormozy, I'm the person making 100 phone calls a day and asking everybody else, how many phone calls are you making every day? Not because the answer is always more, but I want to make sure that I'm at the top of my game and that I'm not hiding from a bigger ocean or a bigger pond to swim in because I'm scared of the feeling of not being the big fish in the small pond. I'm not scared of that anymore. I used to. You guys know I had a mental breakdown at 19 because of that very thing when I moved to Nashville. But now I'm like, yo, where's the bigger pond? How are bigger fish playing? Like I showed my husband this book on 8-figure operations today. And he and I have made 7 figures, but we sure as heck haven't made 8 figures, right? So what am I doing? I got 3 friends right now that I'm surrounding myself that make 8 figures. And I'm like, how do you do it? I'm studying their lifestyle. I'm studying the things they do. I'm studying the things they say. I'm studying the way that they think and they work and these different things. Because I haven't been where they've gone, right? They know how to taste and see. And so I showed my husband this operations book and he was flipping through it. And because his identity is so solid, he's not like, oh, babe, wouldn't that be nice? We'll never get there. He's like, oh, this is amazing. Tell me the second you're done, I'm going to read this and we're going to implement it, right? He's been downstairs this whole day today with his team, inspiring them and doing a whole mastermind, switching up some things in his company too, because baby girl coming has required him to, or inspired him to go higher where he's like, babe, I don't even want you to have to work. Like, I got this. I'm going to make enough money for both of us. I don't want you to have to lift a finger. If you just put Powerhouse on autopilot and just paid the bills for 3 months or for 6 months or never wanted to work again, I want that for us, right? And that's why he's an amazing husband. But the situation called him higher. So I don't want you guys to be afraid of where the bar is, but it comes down to your identity. And you're going to hear me say this probably in every episode for the next 6 months. Because until you get this, okay, and once you go through Think Like a Winner, you'll realize this. Like literally everything in pageants is your identity. Or I should say 90%. Imagine if you totally loved yourself, loved your body, believed in yourself, thought you were enough and weren't afraid and never compared yourself. Like, how would you feel walking into the dress store choosing outfits? You'd be so clear-headed. You'd be decisive because you're decisive in every other area of your life. Going in the gym, what am I going to work out today? You wouldn't even be thinking that because you would have already planned it because that's what winners do, right? The biggest difference when I was trying to lose weight and I was working with Coach Scott, who a lot of our clients work with, Scott Keppel, which P.S. reach out to him. You get a special deal if you tell him that you're a Powerhouse girl. So it's at STS Nation on Instagram. He's amazing and just so supportive, like mentally and emotionally too. Anyways, whenever I was working with him, literally the difference between meeting my weight loss goals and my body goals was whether I put my food in ahead of time, 100%. Whether I chose what I was going to eat at 8 a.m., put it all into MyFitnessPal, and then all I had to do was execute it rather than la 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 la, a cheese stick over here, egg bites over here, and just grabbing what was convenient and then trying to guess on my macros at the end of the day and then feeling discouraged that I had to say no to things or I would self-sabotage, maybe think, oh, it was only 4 ounces of this when I knew it was 2 cups of rice or whatever, right? And then why am I not losing weight when it's 100% self-sabotage? 1 billion%, because I was actually being motivated by fear and hatred for my body, right? So I know I just called some of y'all out right now. So, that thing that you're afraid of on week 4 of Think Like a Winner, Coach Allison and I talked about feeling your feelings and why it's so important to learn how to feel your feelings. And to be completely honest, I'm still working on this in some areas. I realized some feelings I'm good at feeling, my 7 wing is run away, not happening, absolutely not. And I'm working on that. So I'm literally putting aside time every day to feel my feelings because I would rather just work and avoid them. And that's not healthy either, right? So we teach you how to do things even like that inside of the course because whatever you resist persists. So I was just talking with a client earlier today who was battling some mental health stuff and procrastination, and I was like, just go watch 4 weeks of this, come back to me. There's nothing wrong with you. This will fix it. And it felt so good just to not have to repeat things and try and over explain. I was like, no, literally just go watch this. We just talked about this. You're so not alone. Everyone's dealing with this. You got this. And it was so beautiful because frameworks work for every person, every personality, all the time. And, I've spent 10 years figuring out the best way to deliver mindset coaching. And this is just the best way. Neurolinguistic programming rocks. It helps to erase years of needing to go to therapy and spending tens of thousands of dollars to maybe fix things. And I'm really proud of that. I'm really proud of the results that this is going to get people. And I can't wait to hear your testimony once you go through it. So anyways, that is available now in the show notes. And we're completely redoing our website too, which I'm really excited about. So you guys are going to see a very distinct and clear pathway of hey, we're Powerhouse. Here's how you work with us. Step 1, kind of decide where you're at on the pageant journey of total newbie to I'm ready to win. I have to win yesterday, doing whatever it takes, right? And then along that pathway, we kind of help you choose 3 levels of support as well. So hey, are you a self-starter? You just kind of want to do your own thing. You just need the information, or you're really new and you're just not really ready for coaching. Great. Course level. Pick one of our courses. We've got 3 amazing courses that address different things. Get down with your bad self. And we suggest everybody goes through Think Like a Winner. And then step 2, hey, do you need a little bit more accountability? Join the Powerhouse Club. Awesome. It's, $147 a month. You get bi-weekly support and tons of mock interviews. Awesome. And then step 3, when you're ready for the academy and you know that you're all in, you're ready to go, you want to place higher or win this year, you want to work with me personally, you want to be mentored, you see the bigger picture, you're like, I really want to get over my crap for good. I've got what's wrong with me? Just tell me what's wrong with me. Tell me how to address the specifics, and I want strategy and I want accountability and I want to become everything God's created me to be. Then great, you're ready for the academy application, send it in, and I'll chat with you, kind of review it, make sure that you're a good fit, and then we can go from there. It's really simple, you guys. This is how we help people. I want to be the most efficient coach on the planet. I want to work 10 hours a week and be getting 50 girls titles every week and not even talk to them because our courses are so good. That's the standard that I want to be at. I want our frameworks to be so efficient that they are the industry standard, and I'm catching people copying me left and right, which people already do, but it's fine. I love you. Because they work so well and someone's never even talked to me. We just got a text from, shout out to Miss Oregon Teen USA, was it? Yeah, I think last week she messaged us and was like, hey, I just won Miss Oregon Teen USA and I'm a listener of your podcast. And we were like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. I don't even know who she is. And so I think we reached out to her and we're like, hey, let's work together before Teen USA. So things like that happen all the time. And I want you guys to win. I have no other agenda. I'm going to go spend time with my baby. Go watch our courses and just go win. You don't need me to hold your hand unless you want me to, unless you're ready for the full-blown mentorship, and then we'll crush it and have a great old time and, see you at Mastermind next year and all those super fun things. So, pageant prep's supposed to be fun, you guys. We're supposed to be having a good time. It's not supposed to be this constant battle. And the only way to have fun while you're advancing to the next level is to have your identity intact and to have these pieces of knowing how to make the way that God made you actually work rather than work against you. That's the best way I can put it. And just, every day I'm on calls with people and I'm like, go to Think Like a Winner. Go there first, then pay me thousands of dollars. I promise you, do this first. It's on sale right now. It's never going to be this low ever again. Go through the course and then come back to me and apply for the academy. That's how passionate I am about how this is going to fix so many of your results. Now, I will say there's some more advanced topics. So I would say it's good for 16-year-olds and up. Anybody younger than that, you may not quite be ready. Some of you guys might, especially if you have some spiritual depth. I'm telling you, this will change your life. And I've been wanting to create this product for so long. And I'm really, really proud of, where we're at today. So I hope it blesses the heck out of you. And that's all I got. See you guys for the next podcast. Peace out.